Welcome to another deep dive, everybody. Today we're going deep into a Daoist classic.
Ooh, fun!
It's called The Secret of the Golden Flower.
Yes.
Attributed to the legendary Dongbin. We're going to be focusing specifically on Chapter 9,
Okay.
The 100 Days of Foundation Building.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, just a little bit, right?
Right.
Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, though,
Okay.
have you ever heard of internal alchemy?
I have, but
Maybe it might sound
maybe not all the listeners have, so
kind of like fantasy novel-ish.
yeah.
But in Taoism, it's about cultivating and refining your inner world
Right.
to achieve greater harmony and ultimately spiritual awakening.
Exactly.
So kind of exciting stuff.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I think what makes this chapter so fascinating
Right.
is it's not just about like
Yeah.
the physical practices, like what
Yeah.
to do, but it's about inner transformation.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
refining your energy,
Yeah.
your spirit, your very essence. Like that's what internal alchemy aims for.
Okay, so you said the 100 days, and I immediately pictured like, some crazy training montage from a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Are we talking about like locking ourselves away for 100 days straight?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It might seem that way
Mm-hmm.
first, but it's actually a lot more nuanced than that.
Okay.
Think of it more as like a period of dedicated practice,
Yeah,
a focused intention where real change begins to take root.
I see.
Dongbin uses analogies like establishing the foundation in one day
Uh-huh.
or even in one breath to illustrate this point.
Okay.
So it's less about like the strict number of days
Right.
and more about like the intensity and the focus that we bring to our practice.
So how does that analogy of like, establishing the foundation in one breath,
Yeah.
how does that help us understand the true nature of these 100 days?
It really highlights the importance of like aligning your inner world,
Okay.
your thoughts,
Uh-huh.
your energy, your kai,
Yeah.
and your very life force Jing to set the stage for like profound spiritual growth.
I see. So it's about creating the right conditions within ourselves.
Exactly.
Now, this is where things get really interesting to me.
Okay.
The text mentions that the Chinese character for breath, which is Si,
Mm-hmm.
is formed by combining the characters for self and heart.
It is.
Can you unpack that for us?
Yeah.
What's the significance there?
I think that's one of the things I love about Taoism
Duh.
is like it weaves together
Yeah.
language, philosophy, and practice.
Yeah.
And so this character for breath, it really emphasizes this like profound connection between our inner selves,
Okay.
our hearts and minds,
Yeah.
and our breath.
Right.
And it suggests that like how we breathe reflects our inner state,
Uh-huh.
and conversely that we can influence our inner world through conscious breathing.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It reminds me of how we talk about taking a deep breath to calm down. But it sounds like in Taoism, breath is about so much more than just oxygen.
Right.
It's like a bridge between our physical and spiritual selves.
Yeah, exactly.
And this brings us to another key point.
Okay.
The cultivation of our primordial spirit, Yuan Shen,
Yes.
primordial ki, and primordial essence, Yuan Xing.
Yes.
All three are influenced by the heart,
Right.
our intentions, and our mental state.
Uh-huh.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
How often do you feel your energy shift based on your mood or your thoughts?
All the time.
All the time, right?
Yeah.
So are you saying that our thoughts actually have the power to shape our reality?
Dongbin puts it pretty powerfully
Okay.
when he says, there is neither solid nor void.
Okay.
Everything depends on intent.
Okay.
Everything depends on intent.
Okay.
As it is said, each thought creates life.
Wow.
I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but that makes me stop and think.
Yeah.
If every thought has the potential to create life, then our intentions become incredibly important, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's almost like our thoughts are seeds that we're planting in the garden of our lives.
I love that.
But how does this relate to the idea of achieving efficacy in the 100 days?
Okay.
Which the text emphasizes quite a bit. Like,
Wow.
what does efficacy even mean in this context?
Yeah.
It seems like such a buzzword these days.
You're right. Efficacy is thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
But in the context of the 100 days, it's about making tangible progress in your practice.
Okay.
It's about experiencing real changes within yourself and seeing those changes reflected in your outer world.
Uh-huh.
It's like a feedback loop.
Yeah.
Your efforts build upon themselves, creating this like momentum towards spiritual growth.
So it's not just about going through the motions.
Right.
It's about seeing actual results, feeling a shift in your energy.
Yeah.
Your awareness.
Uh-huh.
Maybe even the way you interact with the world around you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Yeah.
You've diligently prepped the soil.
Okay.
You've planted the seeds.
Mhm.
You've nurtured them with care.
Yeah.
Efficacy is about seeing those seeds sprout and grow.
Okay.
A sign that, like, your efforts are actually bearing fruit.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I have to admit,
Yeah?
all this talk about aligning our inner world and cultivating our primordial spirit
Uh-huh.
sounds a little daunting.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if we need some sort of guidance on this path.
That's where the importance of a true master comes in,
Okay.
which Lu Dongbin stresses in the text.
Yeah.
Finding authentic guidance can make all the difference in navigating the complexities of Taoist cultivation.
So it's not just about reading books or listening to podcasts like this one.
Right.
It's about finding someone who embodies these principles
Yeah,
and can offer personalized guidance.
exactly.
Okay.
Think of it as like
Yeah.
having an experienced guide leading you through unfamiliar terrain.
Right.
Their wisdom and insights can be invaluable in helping you navigate the path
Uh-huh.
and reach your destination. But finding a true master in today's world with all of its self-proclaimed gurus
Right.
and online spiritual marketplaces.
Yeah. It's tricky.
Well, it's a conversation for another time.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We unpacked the idea of the 100 days
Yeah.
as this crucial period of transformation.
Sure.
Explored the fascinating concept of breath as a bridge between our inner and outer worlds,
Uh-huh.
and touched upon the importance of a true master in guiding us on this path of internal alchemy.
Yes.
But before we dive deeper,
Okay.
I think it's important to pause and let all of this sink in for a moment.
Yeah.
What stands out to you so far?
Mm.
What resonates most deeply with your own experience? Take a moment to reflect on the power of your intentions,
Uh-huh.
the connection between your breath and your inner state,
Yeah.
and the possibility of profound transformation that lies within each of us. We'll be back soon to continue our exploration of the secret of the golden flower.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned. Welcome back to our deep dive into the secret of the golden flower.
It's good to be back.
I hope you've all had a moment to kind of reflect on what we've uncovered so far.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in, I know.
It is.
But that's what makes this text so fascinating.
Right.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
And remember, we're exploring a path that's been pondered and practiced for centuries.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's okay to take your time with it.
Right.
Let the ideas simmer and see how they resonate with your own experiences.
Uh-huh.
That's a great point.
Thanks.
I think sometimes we forget that true learning isn't about rushing through information.
Right.
It's about letting it settle
Yeah.
and seeing how it transforms our understanding.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of transformation,
Okay.
we've been talking about the 100 days as this crucial period of foundation building.
Uh-huh.
But if it's not a fixed time frame, as we've established, how do you know when this period has begun
That's a good question.
or when it ends?
Yeah.
What are the signs?
You've hit upon one of the most, intriguing aspects of Taoist practice.
Okay.
It's the emphasis on inner experience.
Uh-huh.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Okay.
No set of external benchmarks.
Right.
The true measure lies in the shifts you perceive within yourself.
So instead of looking for external markers, we should be paying attention to our internal landscape.
Exactly.
But
It's
then-
about noticing a deepening of your connection to your inner world,
Uh-huh.
a growing sense of clarity and alignment.
Yeah.
Lu Dongbin describes it as the emergence of true light,
Okay.
this kind of inner illumination
Yeah.
that arises from consistent and dedicated practice.
That sounds almost mystical.
Yeah.
Like something out of a spiritual fable.
It can certainly feel that way,
Yeah.
but it's rooted in a very practical understanding of how our energy and consciousness work.
Right.
Remember, the 100 days is about establishing a foundation,
Yeah.
cultivating the inner conditions that allow for genuine spiritual growth to occur.
So it's less about reaching a specific destination
Mm-hmm.
and more about creating fertile ground for transformation to unfold.
That's exactly.
Okay, so now that we've touched upon the importance of finding a true master,
Right.
I'm wondering, how do you even know if you've found one?
Yeah.
Are there specific qualities that we should be looking for?
That's a vital question,
Yeah.
especially in today's world
Uh-huh.
where there's no shortage of self-proclaimed gurus and spiritual teachers.
Right. It's tough out there.
It is.
Yeah.
Lu Dongbin offers some insightful guidance here.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of finding a master whose words have verification and efficacy.
Okay, so it's not just about eloquent teachings or charismatic personalities, but about teachings that are grounded in real experience.
Yeah.
And that actually produce tangible results in our own practice.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder what Lu Dongbin might say about the modern spiritual landscape.
I know, right?
With all of its online courses, retreats, and workshops.
All that.
What do you think?
I suspect he would still emphasize the same core principles.
Okay.
Seeking out genuine guidance, cultivating sincerity in your practice, and focusing on inner transformation rather than external validation.
Okay.
The packaging might change, but the essence remains the same.
Right. It's a good reminder that the true path often requires us to go inward and do the deep inner work regardless of the format or the method that we choose. But, you know, while we're on the topic of a true master's words, there's this one line from Lu Dongbin that really caught my attention.
What?
And I have to be honest, kind of baffled me.
All right, let's hear it.
He states, even within a single thought, 100 days are contained.
Whoa.
Now, how are we supposed to make sense of that?
That's a powerful statement, isn't it?
It is.
And it speaks to the profound depths of Daoist thought, where concepts of time and consciousness take on a whole new dimension.
So is he suggesting that time is an illusion? Or that our thoughts have the power to collapse time?
I don't know if it's necessarily about time being an illusion, but rather about recognizing its fluidity and our ability to influence its experience.
Yeah.
Remember how we talked about the character for breath?
Yeah.
Containing the characters for self and heart? This suggests that, like, our inner state, our very being, is interwoven with the flow of time.
So are you saying that a single thought, if it's focused and powerful enough, can hold the same potential for transformation as 100 days of practice?
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Wow.
Lu Dongbin's statement really invites us to consider, like, the immense power of our intentions, the way they shape our reality, and influence the unfolding of our lives. It's a reminder that profound change can occur in an instant.
Right.
A flash of insight, a shift in perspective.
I'm starting to see what you mean. It's like those moments when you have a sudden realization and it completely changes your perspective on something.
Right.
It can feel like a lifetime of learning has been compressed into a single moment of insight.
Exact.
And while the 100 days represent a dedicated period of practice, Lu Dong seems to be suggesting that this same potential for transformation exists within each and every thought.
Right.
It's a mind-blowing concept.
It really is.
It makes you wonder if we're sometimes limiting ourselves by thinking in terms of linear time, when true transformation might be happening on a completely different level.
It certainly challenges us to expand our understanding of time.
Yeah.
To see it not as a rigid constraint.
Right.
But as, like, a fluid and malleable force that we can work with and influence through our intentions and actions. It's about recognizing that profound shifts can happen gradually over time, or they can occur in, like, the blink of an eye.
This is all incredibly thought-provoking.
I know, right?
But what does this all mean for us? You know, for our listeners who are trying to navigate their own paths of self-discovery and growth.
Right.
How do we connect this abstract concept of time and transformation to our everyday lives?
It's an invitation to approach our lives with a sense of wonder and possibility. It's about recognizing that even within the seemingly mundane moments, there's potential for profound transformation.
Right.
We're being called to cultivate our inner awareness, pay attention to our thoughts and intentions, and to trust in the power of our own inner alchemy.
It's almost like we're being asked to become alchemists of our own lives.
I love that.
Transforming the lead of our everyday experiences into the gold of spiritual insight and fulfillment.
Beautiful.
But how do we actually do that?
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think it brings us back to the core principles we've been discussing. Finding authentic guidance. Committing to consistent practice, and cultivating the power of intention. Remember, even within a single thought, 100 days are contained.
Right.
So the next time you find yourself lost in a spiral of negative thoughts, take a deep breath, shift your focus, and see what happens.
Right.
You might be surprised by the transformative power that lies within you.
Yeah, that's such a powerful reminder. It's so easy to get caught up in the busyness of life and forget that we have this incredible power within us to shape our reality.
For sure.
But just shifting our focus, even just for a moment,
right,
can make a world of difference.
Absolutely.
And, this whole idea of transforming our everyday experiences into something meaningful really resonates with me.
Yeah.
It's like we're all alchemists in a way.
I love that.
Aren't we?
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
And it highlights the fact that, like, this journey of self-cultivation isn't about escaping from the world. Mm-hmm. It's about engaging with it more fully.
Yeah.
Bringing our awareness and intention to every moment, every breath, every thought.
Right.
The world becomes our laboratory.
Okay.
Our experiences become the raw materials for our transformation.
I love that.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the 100 days of foundation building, what's the key takeaway that you would like to leave our listeners with today?
I think it comes down to this.
Okay.
Each and every one of us has the power to shape our reality, to cultivate our inner world, and to create a life that's aligned with our deepest values and aspirations.
Okay.
The 100 days is simply a starting point.
Right.
A foundation upon which we can build a lifetime of spiritual growth and transformation.
And it's a journey that's available to everyone.
Right.
Regardless of our background or beliefs.
Absolutely.
That's an inspiring message of empowerment and possibility.
Yeah.
And as Liu Dongbin reminds us, even within a single thought, 100 days are contained.
For sure.
So I encourage you all to take a moment to reflect.
The power of your intentions, the potential within each breath.
Yeah.
And the incredible journey of self-discovery that awaits each of us.
It's all there within you.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure exploring these profound ideas with you.
Likewise.
We'll see you next time for another adventure into the depths of human wisdom.